Yo, 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 my music maestros. Welcome back to another episode of No Nonsense Music Tips with me, Tony. And today I'm going to be building an EDM beat, a basic one at that. I'm going to show you how I start my drums off, how I use some samples to get some sound, how I use some effects to get like reverb to get some space, and how to add a bass line, a basic bass line. This one is meant for new people that are just starting out. So yeah, so we hope you like this one, guys. If you do, don't forget to take that pointer, tickle that like button for us. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe notification for more no-nonsense tips as we bring them. And let's get into this one, guys. So this is a new method that I'm trying, more longer videos. If you guys like these longer videos, then let us know down in the comments. If you prefer the quick fire five top tips, then let us know if you prefer that one. Or if you're not bothered and you prefer both, let us know, and then we can tailor this channel towards you guys. So here we go, guys. I'm using Cubase. I will try my best to talk about what it is I'm looking at so you can maybe find it in your DAW. I've been using this for many years, so that's why I'm using this. So what I've done is I've got this beat designer up, which comes with Cubase in my MIDI inserts. You may be able to find something similar, like a step sequencer or a drum pattern sequencer, something like that. And I'm using battery. And so you can see that my kick drum, I've set it to C1, and I'm going to set this C1 sharp to be snares. And then I'm going to bring up battery here, which is one of my plugins from Native Instruments. I will use a mixture of third-party plugins and non-third-party plugins, or stuff that comes with the DAW itself. But like I said, I will try and explain as much as I can. So what I'm going to do is bring up battery, and I'm going to just go to kicks from my samples. It's important you get the right kicks, or the right samples, should I say. So they're both going to trigger now from C1. And I'm just going to go until I find something I quite like. And I want the bass end of one and the top end of another, and just layer these two kicks. So I'm just going to bring this up here so I get more of the top end, and then bring the top end of this one down so I'll get more of the low end. And then I'll raise the volume of the second one just to get some more of that click through until we get something we want. And like, you just got to remember here, guys, this is just a demo I'm creating. I'm just creating a demo so that I can flesh it out later on. And that's what you should be aiming for. So I'm going to go through some of the claps here on C1 sharp. That sounds right to me. So I like that there. So what I'm going to do here is just lower the volume of the clap a little bit. And then I'm going to put these onto their own groups. So I'll have a group kick group, should I say, and a clap group. So I'm just going to drag these down in battery onto these group buses here. So the kicks are all going to one, and the claps are all going to one. They're still going through the master at the moment, so I'm just going to rename these first kick and clap. And then I'm just going to lower the volume of this one just so it's not clipping. And then I'm going to set these to be separate outputs so that I can have them in my own mixer. So they're going to not be sounding at the moment. I'm going to set 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So what I need to do now is open up the side panel here in Cubase. I don't know how you would do it in your DAW, but what you're looking for is how to change your active inputs on battery for the DAW you've got. And so what I'll do is just click here, and there'll be an active inputs. You're just going to have to maybe find it on your DAW. And so there you go. Now I've got the 2 active inputs now on my mixer. So what I'm going to do is bring up my mixer in a minute. Just close that down. Just looking at some stuff, 1 second, and then I'll bring my mixer up. Now normally I have this on I've got dual screens. I have a big screen at the top and a small screen. I'm recording this off my smaller screen. And so that's why I'm moving stuff around the way I am. So I'm going to name these as kick and clap now. So they're the outputs coming from battery. And this is very important now. So I'm going to use this gain here, and I'm going to lower my gain and my volume so that the kick is sitting at around -12. And the reason we lower our gain is so that when we go through any plugins and that, they're not going to clip the plugins we're going through. It's called gain staging, and there is a video, I'll link it here now. And then I've put a limiter on the end here just so I've got a bit of volume later on, so that while I'm mixing at a lower volume, I can push that limiter. And I'm just going to play around now, get the bass of what I want in the kick and the clap to sound like, and just play around with the gains and the volumes until I get a nice balance that I want. So with the gain staging, what you need to be doing is -18 on your gain plugin. And you can do that with the gain staging, which I'll show you, like I say, in that video that I posted. So that's that done. And it's important to make sure you've got your balance now. So now I'm going to put in a top loop. And for this, I'll use Loop Cloud. You can use Splice as well. It cost me about $5.99 for Loop Cloud a month. And with that, every so often, they give me a free VST instrument and all these samples or credits to buy samples with. So I'm going to stick drum in the search, and I'm going to put top, maybe top loop. And you'll see a lot of different loops come up. And don't click the picture on this because that'll take you to that loop pack. Just click the actual waveform. And that's a bit loud, so I'm just going to turn that down now with my mixer. I thought it was down there, but it's not. Just take the gain of that down. That'll do. And then bring up the Loop Cloud again. And the beauty with Loop Cloud is it'll keep it at the tempo you've got it at, and you can lock the pitch to be whatever key you've got it in as well. So we'll go through, and you can hear as we do this that the vibe of the track will change with different loops, and it can change the whole dynamic of your track and how the track sounds and how you want it to go. And what I'll do is I'll look at the waveforms, and I'll pick waveforms that seem to represent a sort of rhythm that I want. They all seem start and stoppy, like they're unfinished. And you'll come across something you like. So I'll pick EDM here and loops. Like I say, you'll look around until you find sort of the waveform might have a bit of a clue to what you might be looking at. Shape of that. So you got all different grooves that can change the track. And this is exactly how I do it when I'm creating a demo. And then I'll expand on the top loop later on. Quite like that one. That's got a bit of something. So I'll take that one. That's going to cost me 2 credits. And I think I get like a couple of hundred. I've got like 427, I think, or something like that points. And so what I'll do is I'll grab that, and this is going to be a bit loud. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the beginning of the track, and I'll make a loop like an 8-bar loop or something like that, or maybe a 16-bar loop. And then I'll turn that volume down. But now we've got a basic loop that we can play with. The beat is automatically because of the step sequencer that we've got, but there is a way of putting that into a beat later on, which I'll do into MIDI notes. But I won't do it in this video. This is just basically showing you how I start and how I get a basic demo loop together for putting meat on later on. I'll just play again and play around with this, get it balanced in where I want it. And then what I'll do is I'll pick here a reverb just to give it a little bit of depth. One of the ones I like is CLA Epic, and that's from Waves. I have a Waves subscription, which costs me about $24 a month, and it gives me access to all the Waves plugins. I believe in investing in your music, in your talent, in your in what you want to do for a career. So always invest in that and try and get the stuff you want. So I'm going to pick this room one here to give it a bit of depth, and I'll just take this down to the dry. Now the best way of doing this would be to put it in an auxiliary track or an effects track or something like that, and then set the dry wet to full and then put that through your sends. So I'm going to copy this over to the clap, and then I'm going to add a clap variant of this onto it. And like I said, I'm only making a demo, so I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm not going to mess around too much. I'm going to put on the stuff I already know works. So I'm going to pick the snare top at the top here, and then bring that dry wet down again, and just get a feel of depth for me in the track itself. So that's sounding quite nice. I'm liking that. So I think now it's time to move over to creating a bass. Now with the bass, what I'll do is I'll bring in something like a Massive X or something like that, and I'll generally stay around near the white notes. And so if you're using the white notes around the A, that'll be an A minor. And generally a lot of dance music sounds good with A minor. And then you just stick into the white notes then. So I'm gonna let you hear my mess that I'm trying with playing the keyboard, and just to try and find something I like. Keys all over the show. Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna record this in. I've got a feel of what I want, so I'm gonna record this in. Yeah, like that. So I'll just keep that and I'll go into it now. It doesn't matter that it was a little bit all over the show, as long as I've got the basic idea. And then what I'll do is I'll change my quantize here to be around 8 so that they're all near a line, and then I'll press Q and put them in time. And I've got a bass I like. Yeah, happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically just copy this over. So I'll make this into a 1 bar loop. And if you get fiddly with the 8 quantize here, you can just go back up to the top and put it back to 1, and that'll set it to your bars then. It'll snap it to your bars. And then what I'll do from there is I will copy that over, duplicate it, and I'll set that over to the beginning and then duplicate the rest of it from there. There you go. And just duplicate the rest. Don't forget to save regularly, guys. So guys, I'm just going to leave that here. That's it for this video. We hope you got something out of that. That's the basic demo building idea. So I'll get down my drums, I'll get down a bass. Actually, a lot of the time I'll start with maybe keys and get a key structure, but I wanted to show you the EDM drums part of it today with the bass. And so yeah, so we hope you like that one, guys. I hope you get something out of it. Leave some comments in the comment section on what you would like to see, and if you did get anything out of it, or if this is too basic for you guys, and what else you would love to for me to cover. And yeah, so I'm going to carry on pushing with this, and in the next video maybe I'll show you where I'm doing some ducking and some stuff with track spacer, just to get carve a little bit of space in the mix. But at this point in the production, I'm just worried more about creating a demo that I can flesh out later on, and that's what you should be thinking about. So we hope you like this one, guys. If you did, don't forget to take that pointer, tickle that like button for us. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe notification for more videos. And yeah, let us know what you think, guys.